Hey folks, my name is David Faltzgraf, and I'm the founder and lead sound designer here at SundaySounds.com. We're really excited to be able to provide you with high-quality, song-specific MainStage patches for today's most popular modern worship songs. Using our MainStage patches, you can nail these songs live, even if you're not using backing tracks and you're the only keyboard player. The great thing about all our MainStage patches is that you don't need any expensive third-party plugins or software. You just need MainStage 3 running on any modern Mac computer, and you can use these patches live. We've designed this patch at the original tempo and in the original key of the song, but there's a video tutorial on the product page that you can check out after you've purchased the patch if you need to do the song in a different key or at a different tempo than the original. To make things even easier for you, we've pre-mapped this patch to our Sunday Keys MainStage template. So if you have Sunday Keys, you can just drag and drop this patch right into your concert, and it will be pre-mapped to the extra section. There's no setup work or mapping required. Just drag it in and you're ready to play. Now I'm going to hand this over to Ryan, who's going to walk you through the various sections of the patch to teach you how to use it to nail this song live. Let's take a look.
Hey everyone, Ryan from Sunday Sounds here. Now before we get started playing this patch, there are just a few things that I wanted to go over with you. First, go ahead and go to the edit mode in MainStage and scroll over to the purple section of the channel strips and find the plugin Hybrid Morph. Go ahead and open that up. Now, in MainStage's current build, there is a bug for some users where it causes some of these settings to change. Generally, this is the waveform, so make sure that you have Transvox Pad loaded in as the waveform. Go ahead and check the other settings too, just to make sure. Now this channel strip, I'm going to solo it out here. And it should sound like this with the mod wheel down. And with the mod wheel up. I'm pressing that D. If yours does not sound like that, chances are that one of these settings is probably different, or you may need to go into your Sound Library Manager and download the legacy sounds. Okay, and go ahead and go to Perform mode. Now a few other things I wanted to go over are that we are playing this song patch in its original key and in the original tempo. And so as David mentioned in the intro, if you did need to play in a different key or in a different tempo, make sure you head over to the web page for this song patch. We've got a video tutorial there and it's going to walk you through making those changes. We also use the mod wheel in this song to move in and out between different sections. And so if you don't have a mod wheel, that's all right. You can head over to our blog. We've got a video tutorial. It's going to show you how you can set up a fader or a knob to work in place of the mod wheel. And if you don't have a fader or a knob like I do on my MIDI keyboard here, you can always pick up something like a Korg Nano Control 2. It's a great way to add faders and knobs to your keys rig, and it's pre-mapped to Sunday keys. Let's go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, we'll be using the mod wheel to move around in the song. We start off with an intro with the mod wheel all the way down at 0. We're going to play an F chord, so really just a single note in our left hand. That's all we will be doing for the whole song is single notes, because we're going to let Chord Trigger handle all of the chords. And so we start with an F, and that intro sounds like this. And that is it. Left hand, just playing an F, 4 beats, another 4 beats. In the right hand, and then we're right into our first verse. Our first verse, we're going to follow that same sort of pattern. We're going to change a few of the chords. It's going to be an F, A minor, G, and we play that progression 2 times. And so to speed, it sounds like this. And that is our first verse. So we have the F, A minor, and G in the left hand. In the right hand, we go between the E and the G. We do that for the F and the A minor chord, and for the G, we use the D and the G. From there, we move into our pre-chorus, which starts off exactly the same as the verse. We're going to play the F, A minor, G, exactly the same, and then we change things up a bit. I'll go ahead and play through that pre-chorus, and then we will go back and look at exactly what we're doing. And that sounds like this. So we did start the exact same as we were playing the verse for that F, A minor, G. Then we move to a D minor, C over E. So we just play the E, F, G. So we're just walking up in the left hand. And then in the right hand, so for that D minor, we play that C and the F. And then for the C over E, same pattern, C and G. And then for the F, C and A. And for the G, D and B. Now as we do that, if you notice, I started to roll the mod wheel up. We can start to get near about 50%, and that's going to build in some synths. It's going to bring in some different bass pulses, and that's just going to help us build into our chorus. So once again, I'm going to play through that, pay attention to how I use the mod wheel to build, and then we will go into our chorus. So that pre-chorus, once again, sounds like this. And then we'll be right into our chorus. Our chorus, I'm going to go ahead and just play through that. We're going to leave the mod wheel at 50, and then we'll go back and look at the chords that we're using. And that sounds like this. So we have a D minor, F, A minor, G, and we repeat that. In the right hand, we have this for the D minor, and then for the F, for the A minor, and for the G. And so we will just play that 4-chord pattern 2 times, and then we go into our breakdown. Now for the breakdown, we're just going to move into this lower end octave range with the left hand. We're going to play a D minor, F, A minor, G, and then repeat those chords, but we're going to drop out for that final G chord. Now, for the first time that we do play that G, we will do an octave. So I'll just go ahead and show you how that sounds. And then we drop out for the G. Now from here, we're ready to go into our chorus. So while we are dropped out for that G chord, go ahead and bump your mod wheel up to 100. I said chorus, I meant our instrumental. So we go into that instrumental. Mod wheel at 100 brings in some more sounds. It also builds in our lead sound. I'm going to go ahead and play through our instrumental, and then we'll go back and take a look at what we're doing. And that sounds like this. So we're doing octaves with our left hand. We're playing our D minor, F, A minor, G, and repeat. In the right hand, we have the lead in this range here, and that lead slowed down sounds like this. And we just repeat that. Now after that instrumental, we go into our second verse. It's going to be the exact same way that we played the first verse. So go ahead and drop the mod wheel down. You don't have to come all the way down, but you can go about 20% just so things soften up again. From there we go right into the pre-chorus, same way that we went into our first pre-chorus, where we start to build the mod wheel. We go into our second chorus. It's exactly the same. The mod wheel is going to be at 50. We go into another breakdown. Now the only thing different about this breakdown is when we play the A minor, right before we play that, we're going to have this little effect on the B here. It's that bass stutter. It's just something that you can do. It adds some cool flavor to the sound. So that would sound like this. And that's it. It's optional, but I like to do it. Now, one really, really cool thing about this patch is, you've probably heard it, at this upper C, this really awesome synth gliss. And so we're going to do this during the instrumental. I played it earlier. We can also do this at this point during that second breakdown. So right on after the G, so it might sound something like this. And we have one final part of the song. It's going to be our instrumental. We're going to have our mod wheel up at 100, playing with that big lead. All we have to do is drop off the lower end of the left hand. I like to kick the mod wheel down at this point to about 50, and then we can even play our lead. It's going to be subdued since the mod wheel's at 50. And then we build back in to our full instrumental. That's all the parts of the song. So really quick, I'm going to go ahead and just show you how I would play the big instrumental, then dropping out the sound, and then building back into the big instrumental. And it sounds like this. And we can just build from there. Now, right before we go into our full, back with the octave, 100%, we do have another drop that's going to give us time to just kick that up the final bit, and we're back into our big instrumental. And so that's all the different parts for this song. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial and that you consider picking up this song patch. It was a ton of fun to make, plus that's the coolest thing ever. So one other thing I want to leave you with before we go is that we have a Facebook group called Sunday Sounds Insiders. We've got tons of like-minded worship keys players, and we also post a song patch poll every so often where you can actually vote for what song you would like us to make next. If that song gets a lot of votes, there is a high chance that we will end up making a song patch for it. So go ahead and head over to facebook.com. Sunday Sounds Insiders is the group name, and I'd love to see you and meet you in there. Okay, until next time, I'm Ryan from Sunday Sounds. Have a great day.